Start by imagining the energy of a city that never stops. New York City is constantly buzzing with life. Every street, every corner, and every building has a story to tell. From the towering skyscrapers to the quiet spots in Central Park, this city is packed with things to explore. Let's find out what is in the history of this city. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe. Around 1609, an explorer named Henry Hudson sailed into New York Harbor, marking the first European arrival in what was then inhabited by Native American tribes like the Lenape. The area was called Manhattan, meaning Island of Many Hills. In 1624, the Dutch established the first permanent European settlement here, naming it New Amsterdam. The Dutch West India Company made the area a key trading post, especially for fur. By 1626, Peter Minuit, the colony's governor, famously purchased the island of Manhattan from the Native Americans for just $24 worth of goods. It's one of the most famous land deals in history. But in 1664, the British seized New Amsterdam, renaming it New York after the Duke of York. The city began to grow rapidly under British rule, with more settlers arriving and trade booming. But it wasn't long before tensions started to rise between the American colonies and Britain, leading to the American Revolution. In 1776, New York played a key role in the American Revolution. The city was the site of important battles, and in 1783, it became the first capital of the United States under the new Constitution. But it wasn't until 1789 that the government officially moved to Washington, D.C. In the 19th century, New York City's growth skyrocketed. Immigration boomed as millions of people from Europe, especially Ireland and Germany, arrived in search of better opportunities. They passed through Ellis Island, which became the gateway to America, bringing even more diversity to the city. By the late 1800s, New York was transforming. The Industrial Revolution brought factories, transportation networks, and the first skyscrapers. The iconic Brooklyn Bridge opened in 1883, connecting Manhattan and Brooklyn. The skyline was forever changed. The early 1900s brought more rapid development. New York became a center of culture, finance, and entertainment. The opening of the first subway in 1904 changed the way people got around, while iconic landmarks like the Empire State Building were constructed, becoming symbols of American innovation. The city, like the rest of the world, was hit hard by the Great Depression in the 1930s, but it bounced back, with New Yorkers showing incredible resilience. During World War II, the city became a hub for wartime production and supply, further cementing its global importance. After the war, the 1950s and 60s saw a massive economic boom. New York's neighborhoods began to reflect the rich diversity of its residents. Immigrants from Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, and later from Asia, Africa, and the Middle East helped shape the modern face of the city. In 2001, tragedy struck when the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center were destroyed in a terrorist attack. The city went through immense sorrow, but also showed the world its strength. Today, the One World Trade Center stands proudly at Ground Zero as a symbol of resilience. Today, New York City is home to over 8 million people. It's a global center for finance, culture, and technology. Its neighborhoods are vibrant, diverse, and always changing, and landmarks like Times Square, Central Park, and the Statue of Liberty still draw millions of visitors each year. From humble beginnings to one of the most influential cities in the world, New York City's history is filled with challenges, triumphs, and a spirit that never gives up. It's a city that continues to evolve, and its future is just as bright as its past.